next comedian has another accomplishment. Your next comic is the #1 ranked Mario Tennis player in the world. You are in the presence of greatness. He's not going to play Mario Tennis. He's just going to tell jokes. I'm sorry, but it is 100% true. So show this man the respect he deserves. Start clapping right now for Dane Arden, everybody.
All right. Awesome. One more time for Joe, everybody. Let him hear it. Hell yeah. My mom got remarried recently, and I'm just really happy for her. So I was hoping you all would make a lot of noise, but I'm going to record it. All right. Humble Jungle, please make a lot of noise for my mom getting remarried. Thank you. Oh my God. Thank you guys so much. I'm gonna send that to my dad. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. My mom smokes weed now, which yep, no, absolutely not. No, bad time. Because when I was 9 years old, she told me that Hogwarts was real, but that I would never get in. And I still don't know why she did that. But I do know she gets paranoid when she smokes. So what I'm doing is I'm training an owl. And I'm going to wait until I know she's very paranoid, and I'm going to send the owl out, and it's just going to deliver a letter that just says, everybody knows you're high. And I'm putting you in a nursing home. I used to work at the Museum of Science and Industry, and that was a fun job. I used to give tours of this German submarine that was captured during World War II, so pretty lit. But the only thing about that job is it made me break up with my girlfriend at the time, because the museum, she wanted to start having kids like immediately, and the museum is geared towards children, and I didn't have the heart to tell her that seeing kids every day Fortnite dancing inside of a Nazi submarine was making me infertile. So we broke up. And I no longer work there. I work at an Apple store, which I'm pretty sure surprises no one. I get it. I look like I was made in a pod in the back. I'm just a little Apple pod boy. I like working there. The only thing I've learned in my 5 years working there is that nobody knows their passwords. I have met more people that think I know their passwords than people that know their passwords. And when I meet an old person and I ask them for their password, I can see the sweat just rolling down their face. It feels like I have a gun against their head. Just like, run your password, Edna. I want to go to lunch. But one thing I like to do with old people is when they say they don't know their password, I'll go into their notes app and I'll just search passwords, and then I'll read off the last thing they wrote in there, and it's like I did a magic trick. Because I'm just like, is this your password? And they're like, so, that's what I look forward to. I don't know. What'd you say? Oh, sorry. I thought you said, how was my third grade? Good question. Third grade was tough for me. Perfect transition. Third grade was tough. I had a crush. I got turned down by my first ever crush. For the sake of the story, we'll call her Katie Staples. Because that is her first and last name. And I looked her up recently. Now you can too. She got married, so I don't think she thinks about third grade Dane anymore. like her, she said, "You?" And that question mark has haunted me. I don't know if you've ever disgusted someone so much that it's left them disoriented, but it's awful. So awful that that the next day it gave me bacterial meningitis. It almost killed me. I fucking love that. If you don't know what bacterial meningitis is, it's an infection, attacks the brain, spinal cord. Recovery was really rough. At the worst, I was 58 pounds, the hottest I've ever been. And there's nothing really funny about it. I like to pander. So I don't mean to be all Jeb Bush, but if you could please clap. I'm a piece of shit. Appreciate it. My ego. Nom, 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 nom. I'm having a bad day. I had to take a shit in a porta potty. Worst thing about it is somebody was outside, and here's the thing, I don't like escape rooms, but I definitely don't like them when they're in a porta potty. And when he jiggled the handle the third time, I was like, oh, this is how I'm gonna die, which sucks because that means the fortune teller was right. The fortune teller was like, pants down, ass up. That's the way you're gonna die. I'm so sorry. That one's probably my favorite. I'm thinking about seeing a therapist. I used to see a therapist for a while, but I stopped seeing a therapist for the same reason I think we all stopped seeing our therapist. I walked in on my therapist getting a blowjob, and I can't have a therapist that's cooler than me. Like, he got a blowjob at work. How is he going to relate to my depression? Like, I'm going to be like, oh, I'm sad. He's going to be like, have you tried doing a kickflip and being rad as hell? All right, that's how that bit ends. All right, I'm going to wrap up on this. I don't know if you can tell by looking at me, I'm not great at shrooms. But I was at Bonnaroo a while back, and I was at a concert with a group of friends, and our friend Bobby shows up with this big bag of shrooms. And he's like, does anybody want to try some shrooms? And I was like, oh, I'll do it. And he opens up the bag, and I ask him, what's like the normal amount for your first time? And he says, just take a handful. Which is not the correct answer to that question. But I didn't know that, so I did it. I put it in my stupid face. And the thing about shrooms is that they're not instant, you know? They take a little bit of time. They're like a pop brownie. But I didn't know that because I just smoked weed for the first time. So I kept eating them out of the bag, waiting for them to kick in. And then eventually I took a break because my stomach was full. And the concert starts up, and it's like a great show. Like, I can see the sound waves hitting me in the face. It's beautiful. And then I have this thought on shrooms. I realize there are thousands of people all around me, and that I am never going to leave this place ever again. And a thought like that on shrooms is a lot like a catchy song. It just kind of plays on a loop in your head. It's like Sweet Caroline, where it's like, Sweet Caroline. Yeah, you guys get it. But instead it's like, you're trapped forever! Yeah, so I threw up on 3 different people. All right, thank you.
Let him hear it! Hell yeah, dude. Dane was talking about therapy. I'm not in therapy, but the other day I took a 90-minute Uber. Pretty much the same thing, you know? Because at the beginning of the car ride, you're like, hey, man, are you from the area? And then by the end, we're like, well, the whole purpose of being is to be. Like, all right, that was my new therapy joke.